I receive so many emails all the time from people just like you who say, Salma, I really want to start my YouTube channel, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start. I don't know how to make that first video. If that is you, stick around because I'm going to show you a really easy technique to make that first video so you can get over that obstacle. Are you ready? Hey entrepreneurs, it's Salma Jafri from salmajafri.com, and you are in the right place if you want to grow your personal brand with video. Be sure to hit the red subscribe button and the bell icon, and let's begin. Now, there are a lot of thoughts that might go through your head when you think about starting a YouTube channel, and especially when you want to make your first video. You might think, well, I don't have special equipment. I don't know what the right gear to use is. I don't know what I should talk about. I don't have a content strategy in place. And then just the general fear of, well, how is it going to look? What are people going to say? Can I even do this? I'm camera shy. I'm introverted. I'm not really sure. So all of these thoughts go through your head, and that is fine. But if you still want to, if you have that deep desire where you think you really want to and you wish there was a way you could get over all of this stuff and just somebody would just give you like a blueprint of how to make your first video and what to actually say in your first video, this is that blueprint. So I'm going to give you a series of steps and I want you to follow them to the letter, okay? The first thing to do is to find a place to sit or stand where you are not going to be distracted for at least 30 minutes. If you can do 60 minutes, that would be even more amazing. And I say this from experience because I'm a mom, I've got kids, I've got stuff happening in the house all the time. So it's kind of difficult to find that time, but maybe a weekend or something where you are not going to be disturbed, because you need to be focused and you need to be able to have that time to energize yourself without a lot of distractions going on. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is take a notebook, pen and paper, guys, and I want you to write down one question that people ask you within your niche, or people ask your competitor. If you're not yet established or whatever, you don't know, some question that people ask in your niche that you are qualified to answer. Like, write it down. I mean, you can use software, pen and paper, whatever works. The next thing I want you to do is write down 3 points in the answer to that question. Not less, not more. This is really, really important, guys. And the reason why I'm saying 3 points is because I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I don't want you to have to remember a lot of different things to say. And I don't want the video to not have any value either. So 3 points. So let's say if the question is, and I actually got this question on email, a woman wrote to me and she said she was a personal brand photographer and she just couldn't get started. And I said, you know what? For a personal brand photographer, one of the questions that people might ask you is, well, how do I get a good profile photo up on any social media site? Let's say LinkedIn. So how do I do, what are the essentials for having a great profile photo on LinkedIn? So that's the question. And then now give me 3 tips. What should the background be? Should you be smiling, not smiling? Should it be a headshot or a full shot? Whatever your 3 tips are, write those 3 tips down. Simple, straightforward, to the point. You can write them down on pen and paper, on software, whatever works for you. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is to take your phone or your camera, position it on a tripod. Make sure you put your phone in landscape mode, horizontally on this tripod. If you don't have a tripod, you can use a stack of books. You can use anything to just prop your phone so that you don't have to hold it while filming it, so you get that stable image, okay? The next thing I want you to do is to make sure that you are facing natural light. Sit in front of a window, open all the lights in the room. Try and have all the light coming on your face and make sure you're facing all of that light. Okay, so are we good so far? I hope you're getting some ideas now on how to make your first video. I would love to hear in the comments below, what is that one question that you are going to answer in your first video? Tell me. All right, the next thing you need to do is do a test run for audio, framing, and eye contact. So a lot of people often forget that the audio is tied into the phone. If you're not using a special microphone, you need to be really close to the phone to get good audio. So do a test video. Make sure people can actually hear you in the video. Make sure you frame yourself so that your head's not cut off and there's not too much headroom. Look up the rule of thirds on Google and see if you can get that going. If you can't, that's fine. Just make sure that people can see your head and your shoulders. So just this portion showing on video. And the third thing to test is to make sure that you know where the lens of your camera is. And you're looking at the lens, not looking over here and talking, okay? And then you're ready to record. So press that record button and go. Now, how are you going to talk? Now, here's the really easy technique. You're going to state the problem. You're going to say, this is the question that I'm going to answer in today's video. So for the personal brand photographer, she's going to say, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can get a great profile photo up on LinkedIn, right? She's going to say that, and then she's going to go straight into tip number 1. Go straight into tip number 2. Go straight into tip number 3. And while you're going into these tips, what if you can't remember what you have to say next? It's perfectly fine to look down at your notes, or to look on the side where your notes might be, or to look at the paper where your notes are and just pick up where you left off from. It's totally fine to do that. If you want a more advanced way of doing that, you can actually film in chunks. So film point number 1, then pause the camera. Film point number 2, then pause the camera, and point number 3, and pause the camera. Either way is fine. Looking down at your notes, but make sure you come back to look at the lens again, so you maintain that eye contact with your audience. It's natural, it's conversational, it's comfortable. Just try and get yourself comfortable and talk about something that you know really well. You're going to end the video by asking people to subscribe to your channel. No long goodbyes, no telling them what's coming up next, no pressure, no deadlines, none of that stuff. Simply, you're going to start with a question, tell the 3 points, and then end with a call to action, which is subscribe to my channel if you'd like to hear more. That's it. You're not going to say bye. You're not going to say anything. You're just going to end the video right then and there as soon as you ask people to subscribe to your channel. And then the final part, and this is the most interesting part, this kind of video needs no editing. So you're going to upload the video as is. Mistakes and all, no editing whatsoever, because I know that editing sometimes trips you up and you think, oh, it's got to be really polished and really good looking and really amazing. No, it's your first video. You don't need to put all that pressure on yourself. Take that pressure off of yourself, get your first video done. You can relax after that, and you can continue to evolve and continue to get better on the things that you need to work on without having that pressure. Oh, I haven't even done my first video yet. I'd love to know what you thought of this tutorial. Let me know in the comments below. And let me know what that first question is going to be that you are going to answer in your first video. Have you watched my free YouTube masterclass yet? If not, it's going to give you the essentials to get started on YouTube to get your videos visible. Grab the link from either the end card or in the description and go and watch that today. Remember to go after what you want and build a brand you love, because you can be the media.